Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I had an encounter where I was trying to work on a vehicle at the shop. We needed to do a new alternator in one of our vehicles, and I thought it was gonna go easy, thought it was gonna go smooth. It did not. Got about halfway done with it, a little less than halfway, but I was done. It was the end of my work day. I'd already been out working in the shop, been out on road calls, and I was tired. And I felt extremely defeated, mainly because my supervisor said, "You got this, you totally got this." And then he left. And I did not have it. Came home feeling very defeated, very much like a failure, very reminiscent of what it was like whenever I first started in this job, working on vehicles where I don't know anything. And that lack of knowledge really is frustrating. And so today I want to show you how to change the oil in a vehicle. It may not be like your vehicle. Your vehicle may be more complicated, maybe easier. But this is our Prius, and it needs an oil change. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to do it. So enjoy. So I'm out here doing an oil change on 2012 Toyota Prius V. So for this, we'll just need, I think, a 14 millimeter socket for the drain plug, a little special filter wrench, a little ratchet, filter, and oil. Got some extra gaskets for the drain plug in case it did not come with one in the filter. First thing I did was drive it up on these ramps, secure the back wheels, put the parking brake on, check the oil level here. Apparently this is a pretty easy vehicle to do the oil change on as long as that filter is not too tight. All right, so level, not too bad. I'll go ahead and vent this to make it a little bit easier for the oil to come out. Somebody was aggressive with this thing. Set that cap right here, and now we'll go underneath. Right here is the oil pan drain plug, and then here is that filter. So this should just fit right on here. It's got to go a specific way. There's little teeth there. That doesn't feel right, but it works. So we'll see. I'll keep that on there for now and start off with the drain plug. Like I said, I think it's a 14 millimeter. Yeah, it is a 14. Okay. All right. That loose. Make sure you have your hand down here to catch all this oil. As you're pulling the drain plug out, put pressure on it so that it does not spill out before you're ready to remove the plug. They said there's a little clicking sound you typically hear, but I don't hear a clicking sound. There's the click, and we're ready. This takes 4.4 quarts of oil. Don't you just love whenever they do things like that? Couldn't be 5, couldn't be 4. No, let's do 4.4. And this one doesn't look like it has that gasket on it, so it's a good thing I got the extras. And I'll check the filter to see if there's one in there. Otherwise, I'll open up that bag of extras that I got. And the new filter did not come with a gasket. So, like I said, it's a good thing I got the extras. Go ahead and take the gasket, put it on there. All right, now we're down to just a little bit of a drip. Go ahead and put that plug back in. And the torque specs on this, I think they said around 20 something pounds. It's not gonna be a lot. I'm not gonna over torque it, just, as we say, guten tight. Guten tight. Now, on to the fun part. Let's check this freaking filter out and see if we can get it without too much trouble.
You have any problems getting anything off?
Well, we're gonna see on this. This filter is notorious for being over torqued.
I had to run back to AutoZone and get a full filter wrench.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I would have never got it off without it.
Well, I've got a wrench, a filter wrench here, but like I saw some videos. Oh my gosh. Oh, good, it's
nice.
not. Oh, good, it went. I mean, I saw a guy, he had freaking 1/2 inch impact and had to just lay into it.
I don't know why they do that, dude.
I don't either. I really have no idea.
I mean, I get it, you know, it gets tight, you know, when you're driving and the pressure of the oil, you know,
But this one, I mean, like this one is supposed to be torqued less than 28 foot-pound.
Yeah. And yeah, they torque it like 1,000.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, freaking He-Man that thing on there. Yeah, thankfully that went. That's good.
Right.
That's encouraging.
One time I had I even had the oil filter, like the strap one.
Yep.
I put that thing on there, dude, and I couldn't get it off.
Still couldn't get it.
So I did the old school trick. I hammered a screwdriver through it.
Yeah.
Tried that, started just ripping all the metal.
Everything
got ripped on it, and I was like, oh my god, dude, if I can't get this off, it's stuck on there.
Yeah, because I've destroyed it.
Yeah. So what I did is I grabbed that oil filter strap wrench, put a screwdriver through it, and put the screwdriver up on that top little metal ring, and then put the pressure on the strap, and I eventually got it, dude. But I was like, oh my god. Because if that thing got completely destroyed and there wasn't no way off, there ain't no way I'm going to get it off.
Yeah.
I can't take it nowhere, there ain't no oil in it.
But,
yeah, yesterday the bolt came off just fine, and then I got the oil filter, couldn't get that. So.
That sucks. Look at that thing.
But
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah,
it's because it's a friggin' Toyota. Yeah. It's that cartridge style.
Yeah.
Oh man, this one hadn't been changed in a while.
Yeah, my car. Well, actually, my car's messed up now. I don't know if you know anything about mechanic.
Not a whole lot.
Me neither.
I just work in a shop.
Yeah.
All the guys there do, but I don't. So I'm just cleaning this out here, getting that extra old oil out. This is the filter right here. This one was definitely expired, and this is the cartridge that it goes on. And there's a little O-ring on here that you can pry to get out, but if you just push on these sides and push up, it'll just pop right off, just like that. And there's a new one in the filter cartridge, or the new with the new filter. Sorry, Austin, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
But yeah, my Kia, Rachel called me on Friday. She was like, yeah, so check engine light clean monitor is flashing. And I was like, oh god.
I hate those.
Yeah, and now it's when you hit the accelerate, you accelerate and you push it down quite a bit, it stalls. It like kind of doesn't want to shift into that gear or whatever. So I was like, oh, that must mean it probably just needs spark plugs. Spark plugs, or the fuel pump is bad. It's not getting enough fuel.
Yeah.
Took it to AutoZone and it threw 2 codes, camshaft.
Oh.
So I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. So, but then I talked to her stepdad, and he used to work at CarMax, and he's got a buddy that works at CarMax and fixes the cars. He's like a master mechanic. And he was like, oh yeah, there's a Kia through that code. Oh, you probably just need oil change. And I was like, oh. He's like, those engines were notorious for
Throwing codes.
but I did the oil change and it's still kind of doing the same thing. So,
Have you run it long enough for the code to reset?
I don't know how long I got it running, and I tried to do it and it still kind of stalls. So I wonder if it's like a sensor or something. That's my biggest hope. Because with the camshaft, I'm gonna have to get a new engine.
Yeah.
But apparently that's like a known thing with those engines in those cars. So I gotta take it to him. Okay, you know a mechanic at all?
So this is the filter. Like I said, it comes with that O-ring. Put that new orange one on there. You want to make sure there's a little groove right here that you put it in, not at the very, very bottom. If you put it at the very bottom, that's not going to do what it needs to do. It needs to sit right there so it'll seal it properly once you put it in there. And this just sits in there. You push it just a little bit and it'll snap right in. Now that we got this thing on there, make sure we got, nobody. You can go on the other side.
And go under.
So you just make sure you've got some oil on that new ring so that it doesn't dry out. You put it on there and this just goes right back on. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And it'll get to a certain point where I'll need to get that filter wrench back out to tighten it. But again, we don't want to over tighten it. It takes less foot-pounds than the drain plug does. So it's very, very minimal. And just screw it on. And you hear it going. And that should do it. Now if I can just get this thing off. Oh, come on. Come on now, you can make it. You've got to be kidding me. This thing didn't even want to stay on at all, and now it's wanting to hang out. Okay, there we go. Good grief, that was ridiculous. This should not have been that hard. All right, now that we're done underneath, now it's just time to put the oil in up top. So on the Prius, it wants OW20 and 4.4 ports. Make sure you got your funnel in there and just fill it up. No, it will not come out.
Why?
Because I put the drain plug back in.
Why are you not letting it go down?
Because it goes down, but it stays in. It doesn't come out. Can you put the lid back on that one?
Sure.
Thank you, buddy.
Can I put it in?
Not yet. All right, and now the last one's done. Put the cap back on, and then we'll start it up and see what the oil pressure, or the oil pressure's at, and how much is showing on the dipstick. Once we get it started, go ahead and just check this oil level. Wipe off the oil. It's hard to do this with one hand, but it looks good. I could add a little bit more. I'll add probably just a little bit more just for kicks and giggles. Alrighty, looking good. I'll take it. A little over full, but not too bad. All right, so the last thing we need to do is get rid of this maintenance required light right over there. And the way we do that is go ahead and cycle the trip setting to trip A. And once we are on A, we'll go ahead and turn the car off. When it's off, you'll press and hold the kilometer button, hold it down, but you're gonna press the power button twice. So once, twice. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna cause a cycle to reset, and now we are clear on the maintenance required light. So that's it. I appreciate you joining me today. I know this was a little different. I hope that this was somewhat educational, and if it's not educational, maybe it's at least a little bit entertaining. I did this video because I want to try and help share information with people who may not know how to do simple things. I wanted to maybe teach somebody who doesn't know how to change their oil, something they may be scared to ask. My son may look at this down the road and know how to change his oil because his dad went out and videoed it for him. Some of you don't have a dad who will show you how to do it. I didn't have a dad who showed me how to do it. But I wish that I did have somebody show me how to do it whenever I was younger. So maybe this video can be for you. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up, put something down in the comment section, share it on social media. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. My goal is to try and help impart things to men who want to have somebody who can teach them what it is to be a man. Maybe something like changing the oil. Maybe working on your relationships in your life. May just be dealing with crap and trying to face it as a man and carry the burden of the world on your shoulders when nobody wants to listen, or maybe nobody's ever been there. And as always, I will see you next time when we can share an idea, concept, maybe a cigar, and change the world.